Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sending Ravens. How's everybody doing? In the 11th hour, how's everybody doing here on Sunday? So it's Sunday the 17th. Things are feeling eerily quiet, as Larry mentioned in an email. Larry from Australia. And yeah, he's absolutely right. It's eerily quiet. And it feels like kind of that, literally like that calm before the storm. But there are things going on. A lot of the reason in North America it's quiet, all over the world, you're not hearing things. The mainstream media is all over the world, and in particular in North America, haven't been telling us things. For instance, there's a bunch of governments really unstable, which is really interesting. Let's start with Italy, Germany. They're all unstable and people are stepping down. We've got Russia, noise about Russia and what's that guy's name? Trump's buddy. They seem to be friends there for a while. The head guy in Russia, I can't remember his name just right this minute. Estonia and the Netherlands. So the Netherlands, literally, their government stepped away. Incompetence, really. And it was over some big scandal, but we know. And the scandal was involving children, so that's interesting. Or children's services. So that's just interesting. What a signal, if you want my opinion. But I believe there's something else way darker going on. I think those are all connected to the Declass that Trump's been saying he's going to drop, and apparently if it wasn't dropped on Friday, it would drop tomorrow morning, which is Monday. That's Mountain Standard Time. I'm talking, right? I'm in Western Canada, so I'm talking that time. So for some people, it could already be Monday by the time you're watching this. But Trump's going to drop this huge Declass, but it'll involve. It's not just Obamagate, like some people say. No, it's going to involve all governments all over the world and all kinds of information. And I don't think it's the when they take over the airwaves and talk about deep state and dark cult activities. I don't think they're one and the same. This is more directed to declassing government information on all kinds of dirty dealings going on between various different countries and the US. So that's a whole different thing. And these governments, I believe, and Guy tipped me off to this, they're likely reacting to that coming. They know it's coming, so they're going to step away because it's going to involve them, is what that looks like. And then there's another fellow wrote me, Dan, just before I came to air here, and he reminded me of all the people that we haven't been seeing lately. Just you name it, we haven't seen them. And if we did, it was suspicious. Like all sort of public figures, deep state ones that we know are deep state, the ones that cry foul every time the T guy does anything. You know what I mean? Big T, we'll call him Big T. Every time he does anything, all of these movie stars and famous people, they all jump on board against him. And why? Because they're all deep state, dark cult. That's exactly what links them. As soon as they're crying foul, that's likely what's going on. Wow. So it is true that we have not seen so many people lately. Even Bill and Melinda, right? Whoever those two really are, they're very suspiciously not who they were years ago. But that's so many people. So many people have been swapped out. And what I can't figure out is we're all just okay with this. I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay. I'm not okay with the deep state. I'm not okay with demonic takeover. I'm not okay. I say no. I say no way. Not for one more second is our world going to be. We're going to be programmed and repressed by these demonic, freaks of nature, not human, non-human, subhumans. We're not going to tolerate it. Yeah, so everything's going to go down apparently in the next couple of days. So if what we've been getting is true and has any validity, it's all happening in the next 2-3 days. I mean, as far as like just knowing a big move is about to take place. I don't mean it's finished in that time. That's just the start. So something blows here in the next 2 or 3 days, and then, you know, all hell breaks loose likely. Yeah. Now, there has been all kinds of reports, really scary ones, about, you know, what's coming, and people are talking about a big war with China and all of these troops ready to invade the US. And I don't know, every time I do it, I don't really get it. I get it's all going to go down mostly in DC. I mean, you know, obviously it'll go down all over the world in a way, but DC will feel it the most. And and all those troops are there really just to protect people from any kind of shenanigans, sort of last hurrah that deep state has planned, and any kind of FF, we're going to call it, that false thing, you know, that involves a flag. We're going to call it an FF. So what I want to do today, just because we're in the calm before the storm, and things could even tonight, they're saying likely that broadcast will start happening. Well, we've heard that. So I'm not holding my breath on the broadcasts. I figure that'll likely start actually after the 20th, but who knows? Maybe it will start tonight, which would be brilliant in my opinion. But I was thinking they'd wait till the sort of takedown on the 20th at the fake, you know, inauguration thing. So let's have a look at how is Big T and gang, the White Hats, how are they doing? You know, because that's a good way to just have a look at, you know, how they're feeling about things and where they're at. It's just a good way to use tarot. And then we'll also look at, obviously, the deep state players, the black hats. We're going to look at them too. So we're going to start with the T team, Big T's team. I'm using this gorgeous deck again here, okay? You'll have to just go look it up. Tarot Mucha. Yeah, it's a beautiful deck. And it just called to me. And I know some people don't like it when I use new decks because they can't follow along. But yeah, I need to feel good about how I'm reading. And today this just felt right. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so the Big T team. Oh boy, that's beautiful. We've got the Nine of Cups in the past. So the Nine of Cups in the past is a wish came true. So something went really well very recently for that team where they're feeling like a wish came true for them. Something played right into their hands. Well, I'm thinking a lot of things did actually. I'm thinking with their patience and perseverance, this team, they've been at it apparently for 20 years and probably thinking about it even longer. And there are apparently hundreds of ex-military and military and really high up military intelligence, and just I'm sure there's also civilians, but just amazing people leading this. So I think we're in really good hands. It doesn't mean we don't do anything though. Our job is to hold the line, like I've been saying, stay positive, stop sending around. If something comes out that's absolutely the opposite of what everybody's been saying and is clearly pushing big, huge fear buttons, is probably, you know, think about it, it's probably just trying to scare you. I mean, they're going to throw out those things because they don't like when people aren't fearful. They don't like, they're losing this. Deep state's losing this. Dark cult, they're losing. They've lost, actually. According to all evidence, they've lost. So we need to stay focused on that, and that's what this looks like. So the Nine of Cups, something went really well. Things are going according to this group that I'm asking about, which is the Big T group really well. Something in particular played right into their hands. So that's interesting, but it's a little bit frustrating right now. So this is the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords are temporary setbacks, things not going exactly on the timing. It is only a 5 though, so it's not a major arcana. So that's good news, right? It's good news. It just means right now they're probably having some logistical, issues. With that many troops in one area, it's got to be hard to organize. And I don't know. I've never been, not this lifetime anyway, organized any military, so I don't know for sure, but it seems to me, wouldn't it be hard to keep everybody organized? I don't know, right? Somebody write me and tell me what that's like. Okay, so we've got that Five of Swords, so there's a little bit of shuffling around and things like hit and miss a little bit on certain things aren't going exactly, even though big things have fallen right into place. There's little details that are, getting tidied up. We've got the Justice in the middle, so they're bringing justice. So their beliefs of this group, Big T and his white hats, we'll call them that. That would make a good singing group, wouldn't it? Big T and the white hats. Anyway, we've got the Justice in the middle. They believe they're bringing justice. And for the world, it's not just for the U.S. Okay, they're setting something right. That's their belief and that's their intention, it looks like. And we've got the Four of Wands. So in order to get everything right, things are like, it's like a moving target, as people call it. There's all kinds of things sort of needing adjustment. It also looks like even more people are throwing Big T under the bus. Even more people are throwing Big T under the bus. So that's getting a little frustrating. And we've got the Seven of Cups. People are showing themselves that he didn't think were, on the bad guy's side. So even more people are, getting themselves, writing themselves, a first-class ticket to Guantanamo, really. And here we've got the strength, but he does come out victorious and with strength. So through all of this, even though there's some hurtful things coming around, things that he's finding out about people, and maybe the whole organization is finding out about people they thought were with them. We've got the Seven, and there's a lot of things going on in other countries as well. So people that are viewing from all over the world, don't worry, there's things going on. Like somebody sent me a little audio and a video with audio that was of what was told to them to be a sonic boom. And they were in the UK, I believe, this person that wrote to me, Catherine. And she said it wasn't anything like a sonic boom because when she was young, she experienced real sonic booms. And when I heard it, the audio, it sounded like explosions. So there's obviously things. So there's still work going on in other parts of the world that is like the dirty work of cleaning out the dumps, etc. There's still work to do there. There's still, but they look like they're doing really well. So all in all, in the next 3 days, it'll look like Trump's the victor, where it certainly doesn't look like that now. And if you're watching mainstream media, because we've got a victory in 3, if you're watching mainstream media, of course, you don't believe it for a second. I mean, that's nothing they're putting out there has any validity and isn't even remotely truthful. And they're not telling us stuff that's going on all over the world. Wow. Whoa. Crazy times, people. So let's just ask one more. Let's just ask, what does the universe need us to do today, tonight, and tomorrow? Until this really happens, what's our best course of action? What do we need to be doing? We've got some ideas, but let's just see what the universe says about it. Whoop. Let me see. Not seeing this one. Oh, she's the Queen of Wands. Isn't that interesting? 5 of Cups. So we've been disappointed. We've had some setbacks and disappointments. Well, election day was a big setback and a disappointment. That was the first big hit for me. And then the next time things could have really switched around would have been January 6th, in my mind anyway. And that was a huge disappointment. So we've had some disappointments. Now remember, 5s are minor. These are minor arcanas like the 5 of Swords. So it's temporary. So these are temporary setbacks. That's the good news about 5s. And they always come before something shifts for the better. So 5s, you got to get through the 5s, right? They're adjustments before you can get on with better things. Like 6 right away, all the 6s in the tarot move us out of troubled water, give us clarity, shift everything for the better. So 6s are a lot better than 5s, but 5s are things we always have to get through to get to the 6s and so on. So this is an 8. So we've got the 8 of Cups. So this is us. So we're feeling disappointed. Some of us are even walking away from our hold the line posts. I've been getting all kinds of emails of people fearful, people saying it's all a huge psyop, people like stepping away and being fearful. It's almost like they're weak and they're giving up. And being an Aries rising and a Venus in Aries, I got to be honest, I have zero tolerance for weakness in people, actually. And it's you know, to my detriment sometimes, you know, because I realize not everybody is as patient and persevering as a Taurus ox. Look up a bull and an ox, what we can be like. I could hold the line for lifetimes. That's how insane I can be about I've got unbelievable patience if I know the thing's worth waiting for. So I'm just like that, right? So I understand not everybody has that energy. Okay, that's just my energy. So I'm built for doing this, okay? But do understand if you write me and you're literally letting go of the line and freaking out and all your fears are getting spewed into a letter or an email, I'm not going to respond very well with my chart, just saying. Try to be compassionate, but not always with that Aries rising. Okay, so that 8 of Cups, and this is so we know the truth. Don't walk away when you know. The thing is, what we're talking about is how the world really should be, and what we're looking for and believing is possible and is happening is how it really should be and what we should expect from our world. We shouldn't expect to have to walk around being completely controlled, not being able to leave our homes at the whim of different governments. By the way, both Chicago and so the leaders of Chicago, I can't remember if they were the governors or the mayors. So if somebody knows, but we're all of a sudden saying, oh, let's open up the restaurants and bars again, right? And somebody commented that they were likely doing that because they all see or think or believe that the B team is, going to be inaugurated. So, all of a sudden they're going to give a surge to the economy, and it shows that this big pandemic was just partly used to make, amongst various other ways that it was, just there to repress us, but also there to make the T guy, so big T, look really bad and ruin the economy. So he goes out in shame and a ruined economy. Really, that was, I guess, it exposed another part of their little agenda. And the other way you could look at it is they all know they're going down, okay, so they're jumping on the T train and trying to do one right thing so they don't get in as much trouble as they're facing. That's another way. So there's various different ways you could look at it, but all of it just speaks to what a bunch of complete BS was going on with that pandemic. So it'll be so good when that becomes really common knowledge. And I can't believe people were buying it in the first place. I didn't buy it for 1 second, I gotta tell you. But a lot of people are. A lot of people still do. So yeah, we're gonna need patience going forward, people, with all these people waking up and just, they're going to be hard on themselves. They're going to be hard on others at first. It's just going to be, It's going to be a little difficult, right? It's not going to be a cinch. Okay, there's a big celebration. So the T team, so we're looking at, oh no, this is us. What do we do? That's a celebration. When things do truly become known and shift, and you know in your heart things are now in the public eye, and take time to celebrate all the hard work you did, all the holding the line you did, any kind of positive energy you did contribute, which is awesome. We could use it any little bit, any kind of smile with each other. Take those masks off, like absolutely celebrate. Dancing in the streets card. So the universe is even telling us to do that. We've got the Magician. When things start literally becoming known to the public, and I believe that's when the takedown of the mainstream happens. For me, that's my biggest sign. When the mainstream shuts down and can't use because they've been utilizing that voice completely against the people, well, for hundreds of years, but in particular for the last 20 for sure. And it'll be so awesome not to hear that just unbelievable lies coming out of CNN and Fox and CBC and, whatever else. BS, all of it. Yeah, unbelievable. Okay, so here we've got the two, so we've got the High Priestess, and okay, so this is like dealing with people waking up. Okay, don't go on the whole ride with them. A little detachment, stay in your circles of, even if it's just online circles, of like-minded people, and let them sort out, because they're going to go through all kinds of stages like you did once they red pill, or